Hello my friends, this is the Russian ship Buyan M Project 2163-1 which was hit recently by Ukrainian military intelligence forces. You see, drone hit the radar system and the next one hit probably the forward part, in the middle I would say. Gur, it's where Budanov is the chief. The ship was hit in Azov Sea by Ukrainian long-range drones. Ukraine used the drones which are bigger than the standard FPV, so ship was damaged, not completely destroyed as we understand. But still the ship is out of the operation for extended period of time and it was carrying caliber cruise missiles. It's very important for Ukraine to deal with those ships because Russia continued their strikes on Ukraine and just last night it was the massive strike once again. The capital city of Ukraine, Kyiv, was under attack by ballistic missiles, by cruise missiles, drones, random buildings were hit. Also the trains in the Kyiv train station, this is the Intercity Plus, the fast train between Kyiv and Kharkiv and Kyiv and Dnipro. I used to travel on it many of the times because it's just 5 hours from Kyiv to Kharkiv. That's how the Kyiv looked like in the morning. Unfortunately, many of the people were unalived by Russian missiles and drones. Ukraine used the firefighting helicopters to eliminate fires in the city. Some of the Shahed drones which Russia launched yesterday were equipped with those kind of the engines made in Czech Republic. Also, there were China-made jet engines found equipped with electronics from Germany. Jet Shaheds could be really a problem for Ukrainian air defense, but Russia produces those occasionally. The massive production is not yet possible for Russia because they are still in lack of the components. Czech-made engines, German-made fuel pumps, Bosch, they obtained via third countries. Russia also struck different cities yesterday, but the main aim for them was Kyiv. Russians again show their real intentions in this war and that they're not willing to stop. Let's try to guess what Trump could say on this one. Well, maybe it was a Russian mistake, or maybe, oh, I am disappointed, Russia, stop, something like this. But I do not expect any sort of the real support for Ukraine from USA. More than 600 targets were spotted in Ukrainian airspace yesterday. 600, imagine, drones, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles. And Russia will continue to perform those strikes. Well, Russia hits not just civilian infrastructure, they aim both for civilian and military. For example, this is the Bayraktar factory, which was built recently in Ukraine. The information about the strike already went to the press, so I may tell you about it. And here you can see the real risks in building some military production in Ukraine. So Ukraine either should have enormous air defense capabilities or the military production should be stationed outside Ukraine. There is no other variant. Or the facilities should be built underground, which is very expensive and I would say not real. As reported, the Bayraktar factory was located not far away from Kyiv in Kyiv region, so it was hit by several of the missiles. As you may see, facility is at least significantly damaged, if not gone completely, because there was fire, so maybe it was destroyed. Also, it has been confirmed that Russians hit Ukrainian military ship somewhere, and unfortunately one of the sailors lost his life. The ship was damaged. Oh my god, even now that I'm recording this video in the middle of the day, there is one more threat of ballistic missiles reported in Kyiv. I have more information about the case. The ship was located in Dunaba River. It was on a stand. The name of this Ukrainian ship is Simferopol. It's the reconnaissance ship with a radar on the back, as you can see. Ukrainian military confirmed the life loss of a sailor and several people got wounded. There is also an information coming that the ship sank down already, but it is not coming through official channels, so I would stand by for clarification. But despite few of the strikes Russia did yesterday on military infrastructure, most of the missiles and drones hit civilian infrastructure in capital city of Kyiv, and there were numerous of the life losses reported. Civilian life losses. But you know what? Ukraine responded on those strikes by targeting Russian oil refineries. This is Afimsky Russian oil refinery in Krasnodarsky Krai. As you see, it was definitely kaputted. Those fuel distillation towers are on fire, as well as the nearby territories. It wasn't just a single drone strike, there were many of the drones. Also, one more fuel refinery was hit in Samara, so Russia lost 2 of the refineries for the single night. We have tons of the videos from Russians themselves of how they filmed this fire. There were numerous of the drones which hit this facility. The NASA satellite images confirmed the fire at the Samarsky KNPZ refinery. Initially, there were reports about Novokuyabashevsk refinery, but no, it's different refinery there. So if we go to Samara here, there is the small airfield, and nearby there is the huge refinery and storage facility. It's very big. I think one of the biggest in Russia. So some place of it was hit today. Huge refinery, absolutely. It's kind of interesting. If we zoom into one of the pictures from the place, yeah, it's burning out there, but you can see that Russia tries to protect their tanks, maybe oil tanks, with those nets. Well, as you might see, it's not working as they want. Still, those tanks are burning. Yeah, it's really apocalyptic image from the place. And you see, Ukraine targets Russian infrastructure, refineries, fuel storages, military bases, but Russia hits civilian infrastructure in Kyiv. Peskov stated that there was no any sort of the aerial ceasefire agreed with the Ukraine, so it seems like Russia may continue its strikes. Well, Russia in this case expect more of your refineries to burn. And we'll see how far your economy might go with that. Russia already has a huge fuel crisis. Yeah, the country named as the gas station, big gas station, has a fuel crisis. And it is just a beginning because Ukraine will use long-range missiles like Flamingo, Neptune, Long Neptune. So Russians should get used to the new realities where the fuel is a luxury product. Oh, Hungary closed the entrance to its country for Magyar, the commander of the drone army of Ukraine. Yeah, the entire drone army, all of the units. By the way, Magyar is Magyar because he has Hungarian roots. So Hungary blocked the entrance to ethnical Hungarian, right? Hungarian Orban's regime did it because Magyar coordinated strikes on Druzhba pipeline in Russia. Not in Hungary, in Russia. But Hungarians, they do take care a lot about the Russian oil. More than they take care about what is happening in Ukraine, about Ukrainian defense. No, they need money and cooperation with Russia. Moreover, Orban recently mentioned that there is no alternate for the Russian oil for Europe. Well, Ukraine will make everything for you to finally find that alternate. It really shows how pathetic Orban really is. They don't have any sort of the levers to act on Ukraine and they are blocking the entrance to Magyar. Okay. Hungarian regime is absolutely in lack of humanity. Peter Szijjártó, the foreign minister of Hungary, posted this morning about Magyar. They said about the commander of the military unit responsible, who is Magyar, and they cry about the Russian Druzhba pipeline by the time Russia strikes Kyiv and unalived civilians. And here we have a response from Andriy Sybiha, who is the foreign minister of Ukraine. How shameless to post this after a brutal attack by Russia. Peter, if Russian pipeline is more important to you than Ukrainian children unalived by Russia this morning, this is moral decay. 100% agree. Hungary is on the wrong side of the history. By the way, it's not the first time that Hungary is on the wrong side of the history. Alright, the European Union for the first time considers secondary sanctions to hit Russia's war effort. Those sanctions could be applied on third parties like countries or companies. Should the European Union apply sanctions on itself because it continued to purchase Russian oil and gas? I know, but this question is kind of interesting. And I want to stress it here once again. European Union pays more for Russia purchasing their stuff than supporting Ukraine and the Ukrainian military, despite Ukraine's main role in securing Europe nowadays. Yeah, the situation is strange as for me, and it's gonna be 19th package of the European Union sanctions on Russia. Previous packages didn't work too much. Yeah, if you continue cooperation with Russia, why should they work? And I foresee that countries like Slovakia and Hungary, they will block 19th package for sure. My Patreon supporters, thank you so much for maintaining my motivation to film more videos, and the link for my Patreon page is in the video description right below. Thank you guys again for supporting me. My friends, stand by for more videos today, and I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.